I need a framework or process for identifying bad habits and fixing them with good habits. Wouldn't you like to know how to do that? And it provided that kind of information for me. Now, I already know what that is, and most of it, but there are some things that were insightful here that maybe I had stored away back in the back shelf of my mind, and it brought it forward for me. And it's good because now I see it. I go, yeah, that's right. Maybe I should incorporate a little bit more of that into what I'm doing. I forgot all about that. Oh my God. All right, so basic framework. Identify the habit, analyze the trigger, choose a replacement habit, plan for implementation, monitor your progress, get support, reward yourself, adjust as needed. Keep learning. This is like the foundation of how to create habits, good habits. Now, this isn't telling me how to identify what my problem is or what my attachment is or what I'm suffering some mental delusion from, but this tells me that once I have found that and identified it and figured out what the source of that problem is, how to then create it or fix it with a new habit. Now, can I do that with just like one session? I can do all of this in like a day? No. Habits have a habit of lingering, and they take a long time to unlinger. There was somebody in my service that said, yeah, I read somewhere that it's 66 days in order to fully implement a habit. Well, that's probably true, 2 months, but I think it's probably closer somewhere in between 1 month and 2 months. But it's definitely not 1 day. It's not 1 week. It's not 2 weeks. It's not even 3 weeks. 4 weeks, absolute minimum. 8 weeks, yeah. I think that if you do something repetitively and you follow this framework, that yes, you can develop a new habit that you want, right? Obviously, you don't want to adopt a habit that you don't want. That would be really dumb. So anyways, then I followed up with the next prompt. I say, hey, take step 6 of the framework and develop a specific guidebook for continuous evaluation and improvement. So here, see, step 6 was way back here. See, continuously evaluate and improve. I wanted a process or a book that would show me how to do continuous improvement, because that's important. That's a crucial step in the process. As a matter of fact, our trading process, all successful trading processes and strategies are all built around continuous improvement. That's the agile way, right? So I say, hey, give me one of those. That's what I want. And so it gave me the framework for a continuous improvement process. Wow, this is really cool stuff. Now, like I said, I already knew most of this stuff. However, this allows me to organize my thoughts and then put it into something that I may have overlooked, or allow me to quickly and efficiently go and delve deeper into that and then develop a concept or an idea and then put my own 2 cents worth into it and then make it something really, truly useful for somebody and present it to them. This is a time saver, huge time saver. Now, I'm doing all of this from the perspective, let's go back to the big head here. I'm doing all this from the perspective of me, right? Not a trader. This is the coach talking. Hey, these are the things that I want. But you could just as easily, and maybe what I'll do is I will show you prompts that you can put into it to turn it into the kind of expert that you want as maybe your accountability buddy that will help you stay accountable to your decisions and your process and your strategy. So you chat with it and say, hey, I'm about to do this, ChatGPT or 0-DTE bot. I'm about to do this. What do you think? And it will say something like, you dumbass! What the hell are you doing? That's not your strategy. This is your strategy. Stick to the plan, man. And that's what it will do. It'll help you stay on track. And then it will say something like, if you don't stick to your plan, I'm going to tell your wife that you did. So that's what my accountability buddy bot, my new thing that I'm going to develop, that's what it's going to do. All right, here's another prompt. Let me show you. How can I identify patterns in my progress? Give specific examples. So that's good information. Man, whoever wrote these prompts must be oh God, they're brilliant. All right. So then I wanted to say, hey, create a habit tracking chart for me. There's the bell. Mark it's over. Create a habit tracking chart for me. It even creates tables. Then I said, create an example of what that tracking behaviors would look like. And so it did it. So now I know what to expect. And I said, what other tools could I use to track my behavior? And it gave me all of these different apps and tools that I could use. I wanted to go even further. And so now I told it some specifics about my trading process and what that was all about, the strategy that we use in trading out of the money, asymmetric, directional butterflies using our special sauce process, fed that into it, told it how I wanted to organize the profit management of that, and I wanted it to come up with a plan for me so that I could then, take that and in a very organized manner and then put it out to my peeps. And so it did that, and it showed me some examples of how it would do that. I said, create a prescriptive method for entering a trade after the market opens based on my description. It did it. Then I said, create an end of the week process for evaluating the trades taken during the week, accumulating trade logs, statistics, and journal grades. Assemble the best examples of trades onto a template for inclusion into a playbook that keeps and organizes all the best trades. Organize the playbook by the grades given to each trade from the journal. So it did it for me. It did it. Then I said, man, I would really like some journaling apps, of which I think I'm going to create my own, because most of the journaling apps that it gave me were more generic. And when I started researching journaling apps, there's so few of them out there that are specific to options, and virtually none that are specific to trading 0 DTE. So I'm going to create my own journaling app. But it had a lot of good suggestions here. All right, then I said, create a profit management plan based on 0 DTE, OT, and Butterfly. And I gave it all of this criteria, and plus all the other criteria that I'd already given it. And it gave me a time period by time period plan, but it gave me generic criteria. And so then I fed into it some more specific criteria. And that was okay. It added that specific criteria, and it was better. Then I gave it some even more specific criteria, and then an idea of introducing gamma risk and other criteria that I should look at. And it created a more specific plan. And so that's where I stopped. And I said, hey, I got to get my act together. I have to come over here and tell you guys what an awesome tool that ChatGPT can be for you. So there you go. There's how ChatGPT can make you a better trader, make you a better person. Of course, you need to be a halfway decent person to begin with, because if you're a dumbass, then you're going to get dumbass answers, and then you'll just be spinning the wheel, the squirrel wheel, and getting nowhere.